Hey guys, welcome to Farm Alarm. My name is Tracy. Today I am jumping in on a collab here. There is a collaboration going around on YouTube about three new things that you, me, you, whoever wants to join in. Well, actually not whoever wants to join in because I wasn't asked to join the collab, but that's okay. I hope that it's okay that I'm jumping in on this collaboration. I thought that it was such a cool idea, such a cool spirited idea about three new things that you are growing in your garden this year. And I thought, wow, I'm growing a few new things, and I love gardening, I love growing my own food. You know, that this whole idea of modern homesteading or gardening or being self-sufficient, being sustainable as much as possible, and growing your own healthy food. And so, you know, that's what we're all about here, growing our own food as much as possible. I'm rambling, sorry, let's get on with it. Anyway, Wholesome Roots, another great YouTube channel here. They started this collaboration. I think I'm probably like a day or so, 2 days behind probably on putting this video out compared to everybody else. And you know, a ton of other great channels jumped in on, or were asked to join this collab, and they put out a lot of cool videos of all things that they were growing. So I figured, well, I would like to show you guys what we're growing this year, 2018, and we're starting in our greenhouse this year. This is our first real spring that we have decided to grow in the greenhouse because, well, this greenhouse is only about a year old. So anyway, let's get on with the first thing that I'm growing new this year. As you see down here, I've got a lot of radishes, and these are actually all transplant radishes. We planted a ton of radishes. We planted a ton of radishes over, well, let me just show you. We've got a little bed. This is the first time, just in the last month and a half, we decided to till up a section over here. We had been, you know, just planting in all of our tubs, our molasses buckets, and we planted a ton of heirloom radishes that we got from Baker Creek Seed Company. And we got two separate kinds here, and they're not really hot either. That's the other thing. A lot of times whenever you get a radish, especially say this big, it starts to get really spicy. And this type of radish hasn't been getting very hot when they get this big. And anyway, we had planted a tremendous amount of them, and then we thinned them out because you don't want a ton of them too close together or they'll never get very big. They'll just get tiny. And so we had carefully pulled up all of the ones that we were weeding out of there. And you know, instead of just discarding them, I thought, well, I've got a few planter buckets over here. I'm going to try to transplant them, and it really didn't look good. If you look back on one of our live shows, I will link that right here, that I was actually transplanting those in that live show. The next day, those things looked horrid. I thought, well, that was kind of a loss, but like 3 days later, man, popped right up, and they have done really good. They were a little stunted, and it took them about 2 weeks to get where they are right now, behind all of those others that I showed you over there that we planted. So, which worked out great because, you know, you really don't want your harvest all being at the same time. And even though they were planted at the same time, like I said, these transplants, they got a little bit stunted. They got shocked, you know, because we definitely disturbed what they had going on. Like I said, worked out great because we've actually eaten probably 99% of those. There's probably 3 or 4 left in the ground over there. I've got one that huge, man, and I mean it's huge. So I'm growing that, and I just want to see how big it gets. Then I'm going to take it up to my cousin Trevor, and he told me a story that one time he grew a garden and he forgot to he forgot to pick his radishes, and he said they got huge, like softball style, and he said they were so woody you couldn't even eat them. So I'm gonna grow one that big, and I'm gonna take it to him and see if he wants to try it out. This is the radishes that we grew from Baker Creek, Radish Saxa 2, I believe it's pronounced. And the awesome thing that drew me to it is that they mature in just 3 weeks. Wow. Wow, they are quick, bright red, smooth, round, perfect globes that are crisp and delicious. They were pretty good. So Radish Saxa 2, Baker Creek. Oh hey, we're gonna be at the Baker Creek Seed Festival this coming May hope to see you guys there. We're going to try to have our schoolie done, our school bus conversion, and try to take that down there. The second thing that we are growing new, we actually got these last year and they were seed starts, are these Indian blood peaches. If you could see them down here, Indian blood peach trees. I have a neighbor just up the road who has I think three or four old heirloom Indian blood peaches, and he said that they had to travel, I think, to Tennessee, and we're in Missouri. So back in the day, whenever he had got them, they were a very rare tree, and I'm sure today you can find that tree around, but he had said that it was extremely hard for him to find that tree, and it was pretty expensive to buy that tree too. If I recall his story, I'm pretty sure he told me he paid like $100 for a tree this size, so not very big at all. But he's been on me for the last couple years. He says, hey Tracy, every time you know, I mow over these old peaches that just fall out of the tree, that seed gets scattered. And he said we have new saplings coming up every year from the year before, from that fall, whenever they had just a bunch of old junky peaches that they couldn't consume, or that went bad, that fell on the ground. And sure enough, last spring I went up there, and I think we'd made a little video of this, but went up there, and I mean, there was these little bitty shoots. Yeah, we made a video on this. I'll link that right there. So we made, sorry, I'm rambling again, but we got these shoots from him, and he said, yeah, I don't know if they'll, you know, how well they'll survive or not. I mean, because they were small, and I was actually, you know, I took the dirt off of them, and he's like, yeah, you really shouldn't do that, and I was exposing the roots and stuff. But anyway, we planted them here in these 2 molasses tubs. I have 2 of these, and I don't know, it seems like there's probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 trees here. And I think Trevor, my cousin Trevor, had taken you know, maybe 10 trees as well. But we kept them alive. They actually got pretty tall last fall in here, and yeah, it was, anyway, they had gotten kind of tall, a little taller than they are now. And what I did was I pruned them down, and I thought, you know what, if they survive through the winter time in this greenhouse, in the springtime we'll plant them. So we haven't put these out yet, and I really don't consider last year as a year of growing these, because they were little twigs, man, just little bitty tree starts. Right now they are an awesome size, and you can see all this new growth on here. And you can see, like, look at this one right here, where you could tell where I pruned it was about right here, because it's got all this brown color, which is, you know, more of a wood color, and all this green, which is all brand new growth. Well, now I'm running into a problem of, I kind of missed the boat on getting them out this winter. I should have put this out, you know, 3 months ago when it was really cold, because right now, you know, what is it, March? Yeah, March right now. And well, nothing's really budded out outside yet, but inside this greenhouse, where it's, you know, been 80 degrees and, you know, down to 50 degrees, but maybe even as high as 100 degrees up in here. But anyway, they've budded crazy, and just in the last week they have grown so much. None of this growth was here 2 weeks ago, I'll tell you that. Maybe just a few leaves, but they are budding out so well. So I can't wait to get them in the ground, but I'm gonna have to wait till after the last frost here. So it seems like I probably have, you know, another month and a half before I could really safely want to put them in the ground outside. I need to get them outside, so because they're growing up top, they're also growing those roots down in the bottom. I'm really excited to have these Indian blood peaches, and probably going to even plant them, you know, Johnny Appleseed. I'm going to be Tracy Peach Seed. I'm going to go plant these all around my grandpa's farm, take some up to my mom's, to my dad, you know, just kind of spread that love around on these peach trees. Oh, the coolest thing about these peaches is they don't need a pollinator. I told you that they were an heirloom style peach, and so what that means is they don't need a pollinator, they don't need a second peach tree. All the stuff that you're buying today from the stores, most of the stuff anyway, that's called like a hybrid, you're going to need a second. Like say if you're growing apples, like let's say a Honeycrisp or a Pink Lady apple, they really suggest that you would have like a Granny Smith apple tree also growing, because that way they can pollinate each other, and that will allow that tree to bear fruit well, this is a good tree and it bears good fruit. So you don't need but one of these, which is really cool. So look for heirloom whenever you're deciding to grow something. Third thing that we are growing just came in the mail today. You see me walk in this greenhouse with a little white package, and I'm really excited about this. This is, well, let me just open it up for you. Okay, so I got a little glass of water, a little jar of water here. That may be a hint for you. We got some elderberry shoots. Really excited about these, man. I got these from River Hills here in Missouri. They are River Hills Harvest. We actually buy their elderberry juice. An awesome product, super high in antioxidants, and it'll help you really ward off a cold, you know, in that cold and flu season. And we watched a video from, I believe it was Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, that they were planting. They actually had the guy from River Hills come out to their house, and he brought them some shoots. And I thought, well, that's cool, man. You know, we buy that juice. Why not buy some shoots from him? And we actually have a lot of wild elderberries here on the farm. And I asked Grandpa, I said, hey, where are they at? You know, because I remember where they used to be. And he's like, well, you know, we've mowed them down or we've dozed them over, but I think there's some in the fence row, but I just haven't got with him to go find those plants. And we probably will transplant some of those. Well, I thought, well, you know, this guy's selling them. Let's go buy some shoots from him. So we didn't just buy one variety. We actually bought 3 different varieties. And man, I got to do a little confessing. Whenever we got them, I thought, well, that's an odd number. I got one package of 4, another package of 4, and one package of 3. And I thought, you know what? I bet I got shorted one. Because that's not me. I wouldn't have ordered 4, 4, and 3. That's kind of weird to me. Here's my confession. They gave me extra. I didn't get shortchanged. They gave me 2 extra. I looked at my receipt. I ordered 3, 3, and 3, and they gave me an extra of the wildwood, which is this, and it even says right here 3 wildwood. And there's 4 in the package. This says 3 of Adams 2, 4 in the package, and this one is a new one that they have, and I think it's kind of real rare or limited quantity that they had, and it says 3 of the Ark. I think that was in Arkansas or something, but I'll have to check. But either way, super awesome. Very humbled that they actually give us extra elderberry shoots, because, you know, who knows what if one didn't survive, and that's just that's great customer service. So I just realized, since I do have 3 different breeds, we're not going to put all 3 of them, or all 3 breeds, or strains, whatever you want to call it, in the same jar. So I'm going to have to go get a couple more jars. But basically, you know, we're just going to, this is the wildwood here, and I probably ought to get a marker too, you know. And we're just going to start these right in the jar, and see it's got buds on it, and those buds, those lower buds, they're going to be soaked in that water, and they are going to help turn into roots. So we're going to put those right in there. That's going to start rooting out, and then of course we're going to start to see these buds opening up and branching out as well. But I'm going to go get another jar, some water, and get these other elderberries going. Super cool. Let's see. Well, River Hills Harvest. You could Google it. They're here in Missouri too, so I think that's an extra bonus for me, because I did look around and I thought, oh well, let's look around. But then I thought, well, Missouri, that's local business to me, and this guy, you know, he's a entrepreneur. He's trying to do it up, and I have an entrepreneur heart as well. I said, let's support the small guy. And actually, he's not too small. He's doing a really good business, so cool for him. Okay, thanks a lot, Wholesome Roots. Thanks for letting me jump in on this little collab, and I do appreciate you that you would even come up with a collaboration like this. So hey guys, I ask you to share the videos. If you would start sharing our videos, that would mean so much to me and my family. We're really trying to get our we're really trying to get our channel to grow. We just hit 2,000 subs last night. In 3 months ago, we were at 1,200 subs, and we've been at 1,200 for quite a while now, or just over that 1,000 mark for a good while. I mean, we took a break from YouTube, and here we are making videos again. We really have a teacher's heart, and we like making videos for you guys, and we like you to come along for the journey. Leave us a comment below if you enjoyed this video, and we will see you on the next one.